Hello, it is a very emotional day today. We've got a lot happening and a very special day. We're kicking off the next 5 days here because there are 5 days of the year where the contracts for the days only show up once a year. And these are the only contracts that this happens with. So today we have the Two of Hearts. And so if you're born today, you are the only Two of Hearts in the whole world, is people born today, which is very unique. And the Two of Hearts, their contract is obviously quite complex, but there's the basic message of the connection between the Ace of Clubs and the Two of Hearts. So what that means is the Two of Hearts is always looking at love from how they think about it, and their ideas and ideals, which are very high. They have high expectations and high ideals for what love should be and how that should show up in their world and in their relationships. And this can sometimes cause them some strife in life, right? This is one of their big challenges to learn and overcome. And so what we're being asked today with this Two of Hearts coming in this one energy, and we've also got to remember we're in an 8 energy month and a 5 energy year. Those are all on the emotional plane. And Jupiter is shifting into Pisces today, which is also a very emotional sign and a sign of expansion with Jupiter. So we're going to be feeling very emotional. There's going to be a lot of emotions rising. And this is going to be a call for mastery today of our emotions and going forward into the new year, because we're setting the tone for the new year. And, what we're doing today is, looking at and thinking about our thoughts and what actions we want to take before we actually take them, to really be considerate of how is this going to impact me and how is this going to impact the people around me if I say or do this thing that's coming to mind, to really let go of control and any other sort of codependent behaviors, any sort of clinginess or needing to get anything, needing to get love from anyone else, right? From anything else, needing the world to show you that you are loved. This is about overcoming that. This is about mastering that, right? And coming to the mastery of all of the love that you need is within you. And this is the challenge for the Two of Hearts, to come to this place within themselves where they get it, where they get that they are the source of their love. And that's what we're being called into. And we've been being called into that for, the entire year, even the year before. This is the calling for us to remember this throughout our lifetime and to grow and expand into this knowing and this understanding and really root it in. And so this is about, really upping your connection game with Source today will be very helpful for you. And to, meditate, to whatever you can do to connect with the divine within you is going to be very helpful today, because we're being called to remember the infiniteness of the universe and really that connection with Source, and that we are not separate. We're not separate from anyone else. We're not separate from Source. Everything is connected. And that Two of Hearts is really wanting us to remember that. And then we also got the Crown Chakra today. So, knowing that you are way more than this body that you're in. You're way more than your experience here on this planet. And yet your experience here on this planet is part of this experience, part of the infinite, right? And you have a ripple effect on everything else around you. There's, that's where that connection comes in as so important to remember, is that everything that we do and say impacts everyone else. That's why it's so powerful when we do our own self-mastery work, because when we are focused on mastering our own lives, our own self, that's where we can create the most positive impact in the rest of the world. Because as we're diving into loving ourselves more, to connecting more with the truth of who we are, with our true essence, with our true value systems, and coming more into alignment with all of that, that ripples out to the rest of the world. That love that we experience for ourselves and then are able to experience for other people ripples out. And so that's the way we create impact in the world, and we create more unity in the world, and we create more love in the world. We start with ourselves first. And so this is the message that this Two of Hearts brings to us this one time a year. But it's really particularly focused on this today because of that one energy coming in. We are in a rebirth period. And, we just went through quite an intense time with this solstice and all of the work, the inner work that we've been doing in the past week and a half. And so this is calling us into welcoming in that rebirth. Don't resist it. Allow it to happen. Allow yourself to open up to the new ideas that are presenting today about how we are all connected, and really consider, journaling or meditating, doing something to connect with that, to explore that concept, and maybe looking at where am I still trying to control, or where am I still trying to get things from outside of me? Who or what am I making my higher power? Whose opinions are more important than mine? What thing, what job, what relationship, what am I putting ahead of my own truth? And what really resonates with the higher idea of love and what love is, and how that expresses in what we want to create for our 2022 and beyond, how we're creating this new world that we want to see a change in how everyone loves each other, a change in how we all connect with each other, a massive change, a total overhaul. So that's what we're looking at is, how can we be part of that movement, and what do we want to see, and what do we need to change within ourselves and our own thinking in order to experience more connection and more unity with everyone else, with our relationship with Source, with our relationship with our money, with our relationship with our body. Relationships are not just with people, although that's a very important piece of it, but it's also our relationships, our contracts, as we're examining all week, our contracts with everything, right? And our relationship with the whole universe. We're going to be presented with some new information next year, if you're not already aware of this, about, we're not alone in the universe. And so really starting to explore all of that, and, how we can open up and realize that we're all one, all of us, every being in the universe. So, you can really take this to quite an expansive level if you're ready to do that. But we're being called into that mastery today. So be mindful that it is a very emotional time, and have compassion and patience with other people and with yourself. And, really step up into that emotional mastery today. Use any tools that you've learned to navigate your emotions and shift into emotional states that you want to be in, that you want to experience, because we always have the choice, and 2 is the number of choice, right? 2s and 5s, and we've got both of those showing up today. So really about making that choice to choose your emotional states, to choose to rise higher in that, and rise higher in love, and really show the mastery that you've been learning all year and in the past 2 years, and really stepping up into that today. So, and if you are challenged by that, if you do feel like you need assistance with that, we will be starting a new round of the Brain Game in January, coming up very soon here. So reach out to me and let me know if you're interested in talking about that and finding out more about how the Brain Game can help you with that emotional mastery. I know for me and the clients that I've helped through the Brain Game, it has been a life changer to really start to understand how our emotions drive our physical body reactions and our mental thoughts and all of that, how it's all connected in the body, and how our perceptions drive our reactions and how our past experiences do. Doing all of that, what many people call the shadow work, is only a part of a fraction of what the brain game does, but it is a very important piece and it's a foundational piece. And we walk you through that very gently, very compassionately, and yet, you know, with we create great awareness, self-awareness within ourselves, and give you the tools in order to help you learn how to navigate your emotions and master them, so that you can move forward in life, so that you can create that big ripple effect that we're talking about, creating more love in the world, more connection for you with source, with your family, with your friends, with all your work relationships, everything, as that ripples out and creates more love in the world, more love in our communities, more love in our countries, more love between countries, all of this, right? Creating more connection and unity within the world. So that's the whole point of learning the brain games, and the whole point of mastering ourselves is so that we can create that. And I know that we all want that. Anyone who's watching this is attracted to that idea, and knows that there's somewhere within you, you know that this is a possibility, and this is something that you're wanting to create. So reach out to me and we can talk about how the brain game might work for you. It's a 10-week program. It's amazing. It totally changed my life. It was the first thing that ever helped me out of all of the things that I tried, which were many, lots of self-help stuff, lots of therapy, all of this stuff, and I could never master my emotions. I could never understand why I was behaving the way I was. I couldn't break the patterns. I couldn't interrupt the cycles. And I finally learned how to do that with the brain game, and it is changing everything. So I can't say enough about it. It's why I decided to teach it, because it is just such a powerful thing, and it really did change my life. So anyway, enough about that, but have a wonderful day, and, you know, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself and others. There's a lot of emotions rising up today. So love you guys, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.